Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Allison and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am talking a little bit funny today because I have had quite the freaking day. I had a root canal today. Totally unexpected, and that's what I'm here to talk about. So if you want to hear my root canal story, just keep watching. So you guys, I broke my tooth. I broke my tooth a while ago now. Sorry, I have ice. It's freaking, it hurts. I broke my tooth a while ago. We were at, where were we? Chili's, the restaurant, and we were just eating the chips and salsa, and I remember like biting down and then having these super hard chunks in my mouth, and I was like, what the heck? So my tooth broke about 2 months ago in June, and since then it's just kind of been chipping away in that same spot, and I've had like one toothache since then, and on that tooth, on the area. It was pretty bad, but it went away, so I was like, okay, I can go a little bit longer. And then these last couple of days have been hell, you guys. Totally miserable, so much pain. Like, it was tolerable during the day. Like, I was able to work, no problem. Like, it was sore. I knew I had a toothache. But then at night, come like 5 o'clock, oh my god. Like, whoosh, like pain. Just, okay, 5 o'clock, we're gonna really be in pain now. So, and it wasn't just one area. It was literally pain up my whole jaw. It felt like it was like, there was a couple other points that it was talking to, you know what I mean? And it was just like pain, pain, pain. You know, so I've been taking ibuprofen like crazy, and I was like, okay, fine, I'm just gonna freaking have to go in. I've been putting it off for as long as possible, and with teeth, they say not to do that. They really say not to let it go. So I did go in. And you guys, I am totally afraid of the dentist. I have such bad anxiety. Like, if I can afford it, I would get laughing gas every time I'm there. I grew up in the dentist, I feel like, a lot, and I had laughing gas a lot. I remember having my own little like nose piece, and it was cherry scented, so when I would go in, oh, I got my nose piece, like, hook me up, you know. But I grew up with that. The last time I had dental work, which was like, this is almost embarrassing to admit, but I haven't had dental work done in 3 years, because I've kind of been a gypsy, and dental care was just not on my radar. I used to go to the dentist back home in Wisconsin, and I've been just roaming around everywhere, and it's just been on the back burner. So this happened, and I was like, okay, fine, I really need to go and get it looked at. So obviously you want to talk to your insurance provider first, find out if you have coverage, where you can go, etc. I found the place closest to my apartment, and I went in there this morning, and it was just a normal dentist office. So I get in there, and it was basically just to figure out what's going on and figure out the game plan, you know what I mean? So I go in, and they do all their x-rays, and she does like this quick little test, and they had this really cool camera. And we were able to stick it back and see, because the tooth that broke is my very last tooth on the top row. But they were able to see and take pictures of the broken tooth, and I'll insert them right here, because it was actually really cool to see. But yeah, they're like, so yeah, you definitely need a root canal and a crown to go on top of it afterwards. And I was like, great. Like, I kind of like had a hunch that I was going there, but I wasn't really like fully prepared for that, I guess. So they're like, well, we don't do the root canal here, you know, they have a specialist. Just so happens the next day the specialist was in, I was gonna be in Wisconsin for my trip, and then the next time he was gonna be into the office was during my next trip after that in September. So that really wasn't gonna work out. So they were able to refer me to somewhere else. So before I left that office though, it came down to like time for the breakdown. So the plan was at that point that I was gonna go get the root canal either like today or tomorrow at the endodontist place they referred me to, and then go back to that office to get the crown. After you get the root canal, after they drill up in there, they have to put the crown on to seal that tooth back up. So that's what the plan was. I was gonna go back there, but then before you leave the office, they kind of give you a breakdown on the prices. Okay, and I knew this was gonna be pricey, you guys. I have dental insurance, but you still have to pay out of pocket. But girl, when I tell you the number on this piece of paper for half of this procedure was huge. Like, I can pay bills. I have no problem with bills. I've been living on my own for years, but I've never fully had a medical bill, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I avoid the hospital, I don't go in, you know? And, yeah, I definitely now have a medical bill. That's for sure. I'm gonna just tell you, $800 for the crown that I have to go in and get. $800 just for the crown. So, damn. Like, I officially feel like an adult. Like, obviously I've been on my own for a while. I pay all my own bills, rent, like just everything. But this is my first, I would say, adult bill. You know what I mean? When you get your first medical bill, oh my god. Like, just adulthood. This is it. This is fucking it. Like, here, $800 for half of this procedure. Go figure out how much the rest of it's gonna be, you know? So I told them, you know what, just let me go home, let me call them, let me figure it out, and we'll go from there. So they're super nice. Oh, so I called the endodontist place, the place that they referred me to, and they're like, okay, how soon can we schedule your appointment for? You know, I'm like, I can do today. They're like, how soon is too soon? Can you come in half an hour? I'm like, sure, I'll be there. So I show up at this place, and that's all they do there, which was pretty cool. Okay, this is like I feel very grateful that I'm in this position to get the help that I can get. Okay, like, I don't want to sound ungrateful. I'm very grateful for getting my tooth fixed. But anyways, so I get there, and this place specializes in root canals and all of that kind of harder teeth work stuff. Oh god, gotta finish this up, you guys, because my jaw hurts. Anyways, I get there, and they take their own x-rays, do their own little exam type thing, and they're just basically confirmed, yes, I do need a root canal. So then they went over the pricing with that part of the procedure with me. She's like, okay, we're just gonna go over how much it's gonna cost, you know, so you can verify that that's okay. You'll need to pay it before you leave today. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So I'm fully prepared to see that same $800 number on the paper, but thankfully, to my surprise, $480 would be the minimum that I owed today if everything went smoothly. It would have been more if I needed like some sort of special 3D x-ray, or if I needed to do like a 2-part, like come back tomorrow and finish it or whatever. But luckily, thank God, in my situation, they were able to get it all done today. So I only had to pay the $480 before I left. So thankfully, the root canal procedure part of this was the cheaper part. Okay, the root canal, for me at least, in my situation, my root canal procedure was cheaper than the crown that I need to get put on afterwards. Anyway, so I was super relieved of that. Basically, at that point, it was a green light, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'm literally getting this root canal right now. Okay, so after that, they shoved that needle in my skull, and I got numbed. I'm still a little numb up here. Yeah, I'm still numb down here. But yeah, after that, it was good. I was golden. Unfortunately, I asked about the laughing gas, and that was not going to be an option. It was like $170 for the laughing gas, and in Wisconsin it only cost me like $50, so I passed on that today. But yeah, I don't really know if this video helped you guys much. That is just my story, how my situation played out. I know kind of depending on where you live can kind of determine how long it'll take for you to get seen. I know my sister back in Wisconsin, it took her 3 weeks to get seen to get the root canal, and I got mine done over with in 1 day. Oh, and I wanted to tell you too, after you get numbed and after they're like, okay, we're gonna start, be prepared for that drilling immediately. Immediately. They freaking go in there and they drill that whole first thing, and it's loud. It like, it is louder than any other dental drill I've ever heard, and it is, oh my gosh, that was the worst part of the whole thing. And I think this one, that there's like a plastic piece of plastic like over your mouth, so it kind of protects your other mouth from what they're doing on that tooth. But maybe it's called a dental dam, I'm not really sure. But that was a bitch too. Like, it literally felt like they're trying to like suffocate you because they gotta push it way back in there, and it's just like this stretchy latex plastic, and like it was dry. Like, there was no lube on it at all. Like, I don't know what they would use for it, but I was just like licking my lips like as he's trying to get it in, so it had a little slip. But oh my god. And then too, they're doing x-rays. Like, they did one like midway through, I think, to make sure that they got the roots all cleaned out, and then they did one at the end too to make sure that they fully got it or something, I'm not sure. But they had to get the x-ray piece in my mouth at the same time. They had this clamp on my tooth, and there was so much stuff in my mouth at that point. Oh my god. So yeah, all I can say is I'm super happy that that's over. Well, it's not quite over yet. I have to schedule my appointment to get my crown put on. Hold up, scratch that. I'm not done. I'm back for part 2 of this video already, you guys. It's like 7:30 right now, and I just got home from my second trip to the dental chair today. I'm in the same shirt I was wearing earlier, same spot. So literally after I finished filming that first part of the story, I called my dentist to make the upper crown appointment, and they're like, oh, you got your root canal done today? How about you come right back in? We'll get that started for you. So that's what I did. I went in. I ended up choosing a little bit of a cheaper crown option. There's more than one option for crowns, by the way, you guys. When you get your breakdown, there should be a couple options for you to choose which one fits your budget and financial situation. So just a heads up. So I picked the one that I would best be able to afford. And we went from there, and what they had to do was take out that temporary filling that the endodontist put in for me to leave his office. She had to take that out, and then she had to grind on the teeth like they normally do if it was a regular cavity. She had to get all of that infected tooth out, all of the cavity area out, and it was pretty difficult for her because of the location of the tooth, the last one on the top, and because my infection had gone into the area of the tooth that's in the gum, so she had to work up in there. It took forever because I was in the chair for like 3.5 hours. It took forever because my gums were bleeding, and for a lot of the procedure it had to be dry. So it was a lot of like trying to get the bleeding to stop type situation. And my mouth is so small. I feel like they literally were like prying my mouth open. But they were able to get it all out, and basically after they get it out, they have to rebuild the tooth back up so it's back to a normal size, so you can chew and bite like normal. So she builds it up, and then they have to do an impression to get the mold for the real crown. So they took the mold with the goopy stuff. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. Like, so goopy. But they had to do that like 3 or 4 times because they just weren't happy with the results the first couple times. There was like air bubbles or something in it. But they got a temporary crown put on there so I can have that on and be comfortable until my permanent one gets in about 2 weeks. So that is just perfect. So yeah, I got most of my root canal procedure done in 1 day, you guys. When I called them and they said that I could come in right away, I was honestly very hesitant. I was already in so much pain, but I was like, if I'm gonna have needles in my mouth, I guess I'd rather have them in the same day, right? So yeah. But I hope my story helped some of you guys out. I just wanted to talk about it. Honestly, it was kind of traumatizing for me. I'm just not a fan of the dentist, you guys. I am a wreck in the dentist. I'm crying, I'm emotional. I felt so bad for them. I'm gonna give them coupons for free lashes or something because they're amazing. So if anybody is watching this in preparation for your own root canal, I really hope my story I hope I don't scare you. I'm just being honest, and but I hope it helps you in some way. I wasn't smart enough to look up root canal videos before I went in, so I went in kind of blind. But yeah, hope someone finds this helpful. If you like this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel so we can be friends. Hope you guys have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!